So here we are on Wildtimes, having a little look at some of the plants and weeds that we've got up in the garden, see what kind of creatures we can get on them. I mean, I just let this little section of the garden grow wild, and just to see what happens, what we get in. I mean, I haven't planted any of this stuff, this is all just grown up of its own accord. I think some of these things, like wheat, doesn't it? I don't even know what it is, but it looks like wheat. I think that's grown up because of the bird seed that we put out, like used to put out. I think that's just seeded itself. But let's have a little look at what we can get on some of these weeds in the garden. Look at that little bee there. We know these guys provide a good old service. We've got hoverflies. Oh wow, no, just clocked something. I hope he stays long enough for me to find him. Oh, I hate looking for things on Zoom. I think it's that flying around there. I will try and zoom in for you, if he stops. What else we got? Oh, there's another one there. That thing is zipping about, sort of a yellow and black thing, it's a type of wasp. Most people think wasps are all the same. They're actually various different species of wasps. And you've probably seen loads and you realise it's a wasp. Some of them are actually just black and tiny. Trying to be careful where I stand so I don't upset the frogs in the garden. Look at this, look. Put that down there. Little hoverfly. Mimicking a wasp. That one's just pretending to be a wasp, it's not really. We've got more bees doing their bit for the world. We've got, I think there might be a bee in there. It's hard to tell. It's gorgeous though. Look at this, just looking at the weeds in your garden. It's not even a nice sunny day, it's quite miserable. Standard fly. Little tiny flies, look at that, it's tiny. I'll sit out for a bit longer and try and get a proper, I hope this wasp will sit still long enough for us to properly see what he looks like, because he's stunning. I mean, you probably can't see on the camera, but to the naked eye, he's beautiful colours. Real nice yellow and black coloration to him. Long, oh hello. There we go. Check him out. I'll try and find out what this is, and hopefully there'll be an edit in the video where you can actually see what this is, and I'll try and, because I want to know myself now. I'll try and see if in one of my books it will come up, or Google it. When books fail you, Google's the best. I do like to try books first, it's fun looking for a book. More bees buzzing around. I'll check this one out. I think it might be a fly actually, mimicking a bee. Yeah, look. There's actually a fly looking like a bee. I love mimics. Mimics are just... There's another little... Like it says about tiny little wasps. There's one there. How tiny that is. I'll zoom back out so you can get an idea of the size of it. Look, that's a wasp. Some of these wasps are actually quite... Some people say nasty. Because what they'll do is they'll find some of them specialise in spiders, some of them specialise in bees, but they'll find, like, what's it called? The wasp killer bee will grab a bee in mid-flight, lay its larvae inside the bee, and the larvae will eat its way out of the bee while it's still alive. Tarantula hawk moths, they're another one. What they'll do is they'll fight and wrestle a tarantula, in Mexico this is, they'll wrestle a tarantula, sting it, paralyse it, drag it back to their nest, and they will lay their eggs on it. The eggs then hatch out and eat the tarantula, but the thing is, the whole time the tarantula is still alive. That is proper nasty. And then once they hatch out, that is a really cool fly. I'm trying, there he is. Look at the wings on that. I don't know if you can see the metallic shininess of them, but that is stunning. To my eye, that's almost gold-like shining gold, thin gold. Wow. Oh, Talking of spiders that we did a minute ago, look at that. I want to say wolf spider, but I'm not 100% sure on spiders. Oh, this is too much, because every time I look at something to give you detail on something more fascinating turns up. Like a bumblebee that's just disappeared. Oh. Yeah, one of the most frustrating things about trying to film wildlife is as soon as you see something, they tend to disappear before you get a chance to get your camera on it. Oh, hello. Something a little bit different in there. Look at that. Right, I know I've said this in another video and forgot to do it, but I might try and work out what some of these things are and list them in the comments. Or I'll try and edit the video to show a little photo or a little message underneath it to tell you what it is. Look at that, it's stunning. If you're wondering why sometimes the camera starts looking at something random and there's nothing there, it's because I've started to look at something and forget I've got a camera in my hand. Or I'm trying to use the zoom to find something and I'm not very good at this. And my natural camera work is not the best. Do you know that? We've only been out for what? We've been recording for 6 minutes and we've found all kinds of stuff. In 6 minutes, which I think is pretty good going. Excuse you. Oh, that's my finger. Sorry, I stopped the video there. I accidentally pushed the button. Yeah, I'm just looking over here because I'm trying to look in the pond, see if I can see anything worth being nosy and looking at. Oh yeah, you're gonna want to see this. Hang on. Now I want to try and get this. If it will let me, if it doesn't jump off somewhere out the way like it's trying to. Oh, come back. No, couldn't get it. Aha, hang on. There's a good chance I'm going to fall in the pond to do this for you. Now that is definitely worth looking at, isn't it? How cute is that? Look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, he's gone. He's somewhere in the pond. Right, there we go, froglets, look. Froglets and spiders. He's probably after the ant. Oh, look at that, look. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and zoom in a bit, my hand's a bit wet, so I don't want to damage your phone. But, down, oh, I've lost him. Where's he gone? There he is. Another little froglet. I'm not sure if that spider is capable of taking down some of the froglets as well. He's quite a big spider. I know they can take on quite big things if they want to. But I'm pretty sure he's just going after the ants and stuff that are running around here. Got a lot of ants running up and down here. Look at that. So there we go. We've had froglets, we've had bees and wasps, hoverflies. I'm collecting the pollen now. See all the pollen bunching up on its legs. I've had quite a lot, just looking at weeds, really. Weeds, oh, these little tiny bees. Again, I'm not up on species of bees, but there's loads. You don't realise how many different types of bee there are. It's actually starting to become quite crowded with bees at the minute. Try and zoom out so you can just see stuff moving. Look, they're sharing a leaf. Oh, just sort of get on. Oh, is there going to be something? No, you don't even know of it. Wow. All these tiny bees gathering the pollen, pollinating these plants, bringing new, like, look at that, look how much pollen he's got. Ah. I'm trying, guys, to get a good zoom on stuff. Look at the pollen on his legs. I'm surprised he can fly carrying all that. Look at that, he's actually like helping spread life. I mean, taking one bit of pollen to another. It's pollination, remember that in school, right? Pollination. The plants have bees are pollinators. There is that true fact that if the bees disappear, we are in a serious lot of trouble as a world, really. It's going to mess the whole world up if bees disappear. Look what they're doing now. They pollinate for our food. Farmers run pollinate crops. They disappear. We're in a serious lot of trouble. Look at this. Oh, look at this one. I'm trying it over here. Again, my finding something on zoom skills are not the best. Especially when the sun's on the phone as well. There he is. Especially when the sun's on the phone as well. My God, look at this. Oh, look, check this fly up. Well, it would if I could find it. There you go, look at that. Again, I believe that is a mimicking fly, mimicking a bee again. Check that. This is just in my garden. I haven't grown anything special. Haven't put anything extra in it. Sorry, fingers. Put nothing in it. It's just what grows, and then whatever wants to come comes. Whoever wants to turn up turns up. And you get crazy stuff like this going on. Bees galore today. Bees, flies, wasps, froglets, spiders, pond skaters. All in just about, what, 10 minutes of just walking around the garden, looking at this one section of the garden, the wild section. Think how fascinating it's going to be for your kids. I mean, imagine if you took your kids out into the garden like this and just stood here. Or take them out to like a meadowy field and just walk around. I've actually got a Wildtimes planned, hoping to do it this weekend, depending on how good the weather is. I'd like the weather to be nice when we do it. I'm going to show you exactly how to see loads of bugs in a meadowy field, and what you need to do, and it doesn't take a lot at all. It will surprise you when you find out what I'm going to use to be able to see loads of bugs in a field. I've got a fly on my leg. What you? Go away. Now, he's probably drinking the sweat off my leg, so I've actually just been for a run. I've just come back from a run. I'm standing in the garden now, cooling off a little bit. Obviously, I know it's different with a camera to your eye, but I can just see movement going on everywhere right now in this section. Right, I'm going to probably finish up here. I've not seen anything new or fancy turn up yet. Anything fancier. Then to me, the bees are fancy, so. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video, guys. Again, as the kids always tell me, I have to keep reminding you to like and subscribe. And yeah, just let some weeds grow. Look what happens when you let weeds grow. Look, you get all this life going on. Bees, flies, happy little creatures living their little lives. I didn't finish my thing about mimics. So mimics are when a fly pretends to be something else, or anything in life, like any animals pretend to be other things to look scary. Like there are certain caterpillars that will actually look a bit like snakes, or if they open their wings, they look like owl's eyes and things like that to scare off predators. So you get flies that will mimic bees and wasps, because other animals will know bees and wasps have stings, and can be quite harmful. So you get flies like this guy, who is just a fly, who's pretending to be a bee. If you look at his abdomen, it's very bee-like. So he's pretending to be a bee. And you often have hoverflies that pretend to be wasps. If you actually look at the hoverfly, the markings, and some of the times you've probably done it yourself, where you think, oh my god, it's a wasp, and you're trying to shoot it away, but it's actually just a hoverfly, pretending to be a bee or a wasp. Which is very clever, because they're an animal that can't defend themselves, yet they're dressed up as an animal that can. There are lots of mimics in nature. There's actually a snake mimic. There's two snakes. There's the coral snake, and there's a milk snake, I think. And those snakes look almost identical in pattern and colour. One of them is very, 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 very venomous, and the other one has no venom at all. It's a constrictor, and you can actually buy it as a pet. It's a very colourful thing. But they, yeah, so one of them has made itself look like the other one to avoid trouble. Evolution is stunning, isn't it? Like, the way these things can evolve. Like, obviously, the flies evolved next to a bee and a wasp. Has noticed that bees and wasps don't tend to get bothered by predators, so they sort of evolved to look like them. The ones that look more like them have hung around and stayed. So the ones with the more and more yellowy colour have stayed safe and bred, and then those colours have gone into the next generation after that, and that's how you get evolution, really. You get survival of the fittest. The things that have survived are the things that look the most unpalatable. Of course, there are things in nature with things like ladybirds where they just are unpalatable. They taste disgusting, so they've got that colour actually warns other animals that, oh look, I taste disgusting, you don't want to eat me. You've got that side of it as well. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining evolution, am I? Monkeys turned into people. But yeah, I'm not very good at explaining evolution. I believe in evolution, I'm not very good at explaining it. I do rabble on, I'm sorry. All you guys are yet to see is the creatures, now I'm talking gibberish at you. Well, anyway, I'm going to go and shower now because I'm a bit stinky after my run. But I hope you enjoyed this video that I wasn't supposed to record, but as usual I'll pop into the garden to have a look at something, and I'm out here for another 2 hours staring at things. It's like when I go on my runs, I go for a run around the lake and I spend most of the time stopping to look at wildlife and film it, or just to sit there staring at the baby ducklings, which I saw today, some baby Canada geese. And some baby Egyptian geese as well. And zoom onto that. Right guys, alright, I'll leave you with a nice overall view of the pond. And I'll see you all soon. Stay wild, people, because wild stuff just makes you happy. Look at how happy I am. I'm sitting out here, looking at bugs, got that care in the world, and now I'm going to go have a shower, then the real reality of life starts. Anyway guys, I'll see you all soon. Catch you later. Remember, like and subscribe, and enjoy your day. Bye bye.